or la C de Spanish is very confusing because it creates more than one sound. So let's try to understand the system which influences the sounds. Okay, so this is letter C. Before beginning with the functioning, I would like to give some examples so that you understand it in a very detailed way. These are some words beginning from C. So number one is casa, house, and I would recommend you to learn each noun with el or la. So first, when we learn the noun, we should learn their gender at the same time, because later on we have to put the extra effort to learn their genders. So just learn la casa. Rather than learning casa for house, learn la casa. So you automatically know that it's feminine. La casa is house, so it has the K sound. Okay. Next example is cerca. Cerca doesn't have L or La because cerca is close. Close is an adjective. So cerca is giving the S sound, like snake sound. Cerca. Okay. Next word is ciudad. Okay. Ciudad or la ciudad. City. So city is feminine. La ciudad also gives the S sound in C letter. Okay. Next is el codo. Codo, or better el codo, is elbow. So el codo. So it's giving the K sound or K sound. Last one is cuerpo or el cuerpo, because it's masculine. So el cuerpo is the body, and here C is giving me the K sound. Okay, so there's a lot of confusion because sometimes it's giving K sound and sometimes it's giving S sound. If we concentrate on these letters, the picture becomes much more clear. So we can conclude that if C has A or O or U with it, it gives the K sound or K sound, and if C has E or I, it gives the S sound. Let me rephrase that in terms of los alfabetos of Spanish language. So if la C has A, O or U next to it, it gives sound like K. Okay? And if la C has A or E next to it, it gives S sound. Okay? Letters C and Z in Spanish language are pronounced in two ways. Now getting on to letter C, I am talking about the cases where C creates the S sound when it has I or E after it, in examples like Cera or Ciudad. I have taught the Latin American way in this video because Latin American way is very easy for English speakers, and also it is globally acceptable. Even if you come to Spain and use the Latin American system, people will understand you, and many people use the Latin American way in Spain as well. If you want to sound like native living in Spain, you should go for the Spanish way, and in order to understand the differences between two systems and learn the other system, please go to the second part of the same series, that is Spanish step by step. The link is in the description box, and there I have presented all the differences and the technique to create the sound correctly. So let's get on to the letter G, or in Spanish, la G. While pronouncing it, it feels like a lot of air is coming out, and you are in fact breathing out while you are saying la G in Spanish language. So more than one sound is possible with la G de Español, and let's try to understand how more than one sounds are possible in which combinations. Okay, so I have some examples. For example, number one is la geografía. So this la geografía is geography. La, because it's feminine. Okay, so this la geografía, the G is giving the KH sound. Okay, geografía, and since it has the accent mark. That's why we are going to put more stress on I or I de español. Geografía. Okay. Next is el gato. Masculine, el gato, cat, and for feminine is la gata. So el gato has the g sound in it. Next is gordo or gorda. It's an adjective, so it doesn't have el or la, but gordo is fat, masculine, and if it's feminine, gorda. So it has the g sound. Next is girar. Girar is a verb. Okay, it gives the KH sound. So from girar, I would like to give you a suggestion that if you really want to learn Spanish language, try to change the settings of your phone and your laptop to Spanish language, because I came across this word when I was learning Spanish language and I put the settings to Spanish language, and one day when I was using the GPS, it told me gira a la izquierda. Okay, so this gira comes from verb girar. So she was telling me turn to right and turn to left. So when you actually change the settings to the language, I mean in this case to Spanish language, you learn many new words. So try doing that. Okay. Next is guapo. Guapo is good looking, and naturally if we say guapa, it's feminine good looking. So you can say handsome is guapo, masculine, and beautiful is guapa, feminine. So guapo or guapa have the g sound. Okay, so we can surely get to conclusion if it has la or la I, it gives the sound, and if it has a or o or u, it gives the sound. Okay, so these are the rules, and after doing this entire functioning, how G changes its sounds or how letter C changes its sound, I want to tell you one thing, that initially the system, how they change their pronunciation, looks very complicated, and you must be wondering how you'll be able to remember and maintain the fluency while talking. The good news is, after some time, your subconscious mind gets accustomed to the system, how G or C changes their sound with particular letters, and you on your own start using the combinations correctly. I mean, sometimes you're not consciously applying the rules and still you are able to speak out with a great fluency, and that too with correct pronunciation. So don't worry about that. The next letter is la J de español. So the J or la J de español is just like strong H sound, and I would say very strong H sound of English language. I mean, you already know that H is silent in Spanish language. We don't pronounce H, but the J sound, la J, is like strong H sound, and you use your throat while doing that. Let's take a couple of examples. For example, this word, which means never, is jamás. Okay, because it has this accent mark, we put stress on this, so it's jamás. Okay, so I'm trying to use my throat, and it's like heavy H sound. Next is ajedrez. Ajedrez is chess. Okay, so creating these sounds is a bit tricky for English speakers, because English language is a soft language and we don't use this part a lot, but with practice you can start making sounds correctly.
Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe and help me grow as a YouTuber so that I can continue making good videos for you guys. And also please check out the next video where I have the vowels of Spanish language. That is basically the last step of basic, and then later on we'll be beginning with los verbos or the verbs of Spanish language. If you want to learn Spanish quickly, please check out the series Spanish Language Cheat Codes and keep studying Spanish.